It's like,
kill
it's
me.
Done it.
Kill me inside.
DJ, please pick up your phone. I'm on the request line.
Hi everyone and welcome to Is It Worth It? I'm Vanessa and this is Bolaji.
Hi.
If you're just joining us for the first time, on our channel we discuss movies, we discuss TV shows and do little reviews.
Commentary, more like.
Yeah, we just ramble on and on and on,
yes.
basically, and tell you whether or not it's worth watching.
Essentially.
Yes. So today we will be starting our first episode.
Yeah.
We're doing a little series for I May Destroy You, and we're gonna start with the first episode today.
Yes, so if you don't know what I May Destroy You is, it is a TV show created by
Ciao.
I really don't want to butcher her name, but ciao. It's been really
Michaela
difficult.
Coel.
Michaela Coel.
Yes.
And she's an amazing author. I think we all were introduced to her
Chewing Gum.
by Chewing Gum,
Yes.
for sure.
She's amazing.
And we love Chewing Gum.
We love her.
So hearing that she's coming out with something of her own, like she wrote herself, co-directed,
yes.
features in.
Written.
What can't she do?
What can't she do,
So-
child? Her skin glowing.
Everything. She's amazing. So
her mind is so powerful.
so powerful. The first episode is called Eyes, 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 Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the first one, Biagio.
Right. Biagio is just trash.
Well, the first thing we see of him anyway is very trash.
It's very
I was just
trash.
like,
I don't.
it reminds me of all the guys I've dated.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
No, but this is what's so annoying because you can quite clearly see that he doesn't even like her.
Yeah,
that.
he definitely
But
doesn't
she's
care about
so delusional. She can kind of see it, but she doesn't want to believe it. She's one of those girls that just keep going back regardless.
Sorry, I had to readjust the camera quickly. Anyway, so we're talking about Biagio and how we initially just did not feel any sort of good vibe from him.
He's very bad vibes.
He seemed like he was just using her, and he was also complaining about her coming to Italy
Yeah.
for trips. He was like, every time you hear him, bring drama.
Oh, you're always being drama. I mean, it's
You
true, but you didn't have to say it.
He
You
didn't have to say
it, child.
Arabella, she's a writer, she writes, and so now she's in the middle of writing another book.
Yeah.
This is also interesting for me because she keeps changing her mind about what she's going to write about all the way
True.
to the very end. So it's really, really, I don't know what that really means. I don't know if it's part of her growth as a person, because obviously
I
throughout
just
this
think it's
entire
very
series, she
genuine. I
grows.
think it's every creative suffers from that thing where you have loads of ideas but you can't seem to settle on one,
Yes.
or you don't quite know yourself, so you don't know where to go.
Yeah,
So I
Michaela
think
did
that's
say
really-
that the story was written off of her own personal
True
experiences.
say, she said she was having constant blocks and she was having to change loads of stuff last minute.
She was going across different countries to write stuff, so it's very, very closely related to her as a person, as an author, and I think that probably makes it so relatable because it's not like a person making up a story, it's a person just telling their story. I think it was explored at some point. I don't remember if it was on the show or on the commentary that we watched, that Arabella seems to have her life so put together on the show.
Yes, and that was the contrast with the fans as well, because they were all gassing her up, saying, "Oh my god,
she's
your
so
voice
amazing.
Oh my god."
You know?
Meanwhile,
she's
her life,
crying at her.
Her life is so
She's
chaotic.
broke as fuck because
oh my god,
she can't afford to pay rent because she hasn't written her book yet.
Do you know?
I'm not gonna say it's completely okay for us to be doing drugs and for us to be drinking, but don't expect, especially black women, to be perfect, to be motherly. Allow us to be a mess. Allow us to be crazy. Allow us to
carefree, and I
what I mean?
love that
I love
about her. That she was just so chaotic, and she didn't even give a fuck.
The next point I want to talk about was the men in her life.
Oh.
Because this was we literally saw all the men in her life.
Oh
in
my
pretty
goodness,
much
yeah.
one episode.
Very toxic.
Yes.
Very toxic relationship with men, which I think is very it's so true to how many women right now just don't have good relationship with men
in their lives.
in their lives.
In their lives.
It's very, very rare that I meet a girl that's can say they've got a perfect relationship with
With their
men,
father.
and it's healthy, because the relationships that we witnessed, especially with like Biagio at the beginning, where he clearly didn't give a fuck about her, and she was just like,
and she's obsessed with him, like
completely
as
obsessed.
Us watching it, we're thinking, can you like see how dumb this guy is? But we've all been in that situation. So,
and the thing is, like, Biagio is so controlling and so manipulative from the beginning. Even though he's showing that he doesn't give a fuck about her, he's still has
finding
like
a way to
abuse
weird.
her in a way. It's bare strange.
Like, doesn't she pick up a call from him on the way back to the airport after him basically saying, I don't give a fuck about you? Like,
he called!
What is you doing?
Me off. He was like, I'll call when I want to call. And then he was walking back, he left her.
You fucking lied.
And then he called her and I said,
this is just,
this
I was
is
like, this is scary. Not only Biagio, of course, her friend Simon that leaves her when she's flat out drunk in the club.
And then lies about it.
Yeah, lies about it as well. And I try not to hate men, but they make it very, very difficult.
It's very difficult.
Very, very difficult. But there's only so many times you can take shit. Like, it's also as if, like, every time, like, something happens to me and I heal from it and I grow from it, something else happens.
Yeah.
And it's like, exactly, can I catch a break?
That's exactly what was going on with Arabella as well. So it just kept escalating.
Yes, it's like if it wasn't Biagio, it was the guy that assaulted her at the club. If it wasn't him, it was
Simon.
Zayn. If it wasn't Zayn, it was Simon lying.
Her finding out about her dad.
Her dad.
It
just seemed every single guy
was
just disappointing. Of course, that's not. I doubt she's trying to send a message out that men are trash or anything.
Yeah.
I think she was just literally trying to paint up the point again that there's no such thing as a perfect victim.
True say. Because then she was very toxic herself.
Yeah, she was very toxic.
She went a bit nuts.
Like this is how drained
it's so exhausting. It's so good though, you guys. It's so good.
One of the major themes is sexual assault, rape, all of that stuff. And what happens to her in the first episode is that she gets spiked and she wakes up in her office. Bear in mind, she'd gone out, had a drink. All she remembers is her like literally flying out of the bar and
then she just wakes up in the office, just back in the office. And she has a bump on her head, and we've all had those nights where we come back, we've got bruises, we have no idea how the fuck it happens. You try and sit on your bum and you're like, the fuck, it hurts.
You mean like you
and
didn't
like, where did this come from?
Yeah, except
and it was literally like that.
We're drunk. She was literally spiked.
She was spiked. So that must be a completely terrifying thing to just not remember like the entire night from the moment that you were just.
This is why I record everything on Night Out.
Do you know what? I am so happy you do that.
Yes.
Because you always have a record
You're all
of
welcome.
everything. And it's sad that it actually has to come to that point where we're constantly
you know what, it's fine. Everyone calls me annoying because I'm always getting my phone out. But I've caught so many moments that the next day we're thinking, oh, so that's how
what
that happened.
happened.
Like, you watch stuff about date rape on TV, but for some reason this felt so very real.
It feels like it's happening to
me.
you.
Like, and that's
so
literally
scary.
how the whole season plays out. I just think
don't take drinks from strangers. Yes. Always stay with your friends.
Even with that, there's no point trying to police women and try and give us advice because you did nothing wrong if anything ever happens to you. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing you could have done to avoid it. That's all I have to say.
I don't know.
But it's just really upsetting watching it play out. Like, it's very, very triggering, as I said. So if you're one that is dealing with sexual assault or sexual abuse, do not watch this if you're not in the right state of mind because it will literally trigger you. Let's summarize. Like, what did we get from this episode?
What did I get? Just the vibes.
Fantastic.
I got the vibes.
Thank you.
No, but just like the way that she set everything up, and she didn't give too much away. She just kept giving you like little hints.
Honestly, you don't find out anything about what happens right till the end. That story, hers trying to figure out how she got sexually assaulted. Yes. It plays for the whole.
And it feels like you need to figure it out for her, and you're here trying to pick up like the pieces and put them together, like how she would.
This should be recommended.
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
Tip.
Everyone should watch it, and not just watch to understand. Don't just watch to consume.
Get into it.
Do you know what I mean? Sit down with your friends, with your sisters.
Oh my god!
Your
Period. Because this is such a difficult topic to discuss.
But it has to be discussed.
And the fact that there's even with everything that's happening, Me Too. When did that start?
And guys, even guys on the timeline being called out for sexual assault.
Has been a mess for the last month. And
definitely
the fact that people have been plucking up courage to finally tell their stories, like this is the type of shit that you need to be watching so you know how best to deal with this issue and people who have been through this experience, I think it would educate you so much.
So we didn't write the show. We didn't go to film school to study film.
Amen.
We just talking from what we see
from our hearts,
from
our soul.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Catch us on our next one. It's gonna be a good one.
And make sure you follow us on our socials, which will be displayed somewhere. And thank you so much for watching.
Good luck and Godspeed.
And bye-bye.